As he came passing on the stairs, he said something like, "Thanks, bro," or something. And I was like, yes! Yes! I'm Isabel Aman. I'm an actor, writer and activist, and I'm a drag king with Pecks Drag Kings. A drag king is a performer who wants to explore masculinity or kind of shed a light on gender norms, so that will often come in the context of wearing masculinity on a body that isn't normally perceived to be masculine. It's really great fun, and I think there's something inherent about the act of performance in a way that kind of fits with masculinity. You're like the ringleader for people's attention. For me, it's also kind of about a mindset, and I'll often find that on my way to a venue to do a performance, I'll already kind of be carrying myself differently, so travel more with like my hips and my knees, and I kind of take up space more as well. Certainly for Westerners, the classic symbol of masculinity is a suit. That's kind of an easy way in if you want to just see yourself completely differently. And facial hair is really fun to play with because it really changes your perception of yourself really quickly. Obviously, I'm Isabel, and then me in drag is Isabel Aman. So that's my kind of base level drag king character. But then, depending on the act, I might be any number of other things on top of that. So I have another act that's called Action Hero, where I kind of roll through loads of 80s action films. I'm lip syncing to like Bruce Willis, to Rocky. It's not something that I was personally really drawn to until it was suggested to me. And then it's been astonishing to see how much it's drawn me out of myself, and it's actually really tapped into something that was there already. And I think it's helped me find my gender identity as well. Partly it's to do with who has historically dominated queer spaces. I think also people have quite low expectations of drag kinging. I think it's also because people see femininity as performative more naturally than they do masculinity. So frequently we'll have people being like, "So you wear trousers? Why? You know, what would you do that would sort of parody masculinity or make for an interesting show?" I think it's great. I think it's a really easy way in for a lot of people. It's quite palatable. I would love to see something as mainstream as Drag Race for drag kings. And RuPaul, you know, RuPaul is an icon to any number of queer people, both out and closeted, you know, which is really important to remember. But that does not excuse problematic elements of both the show and RuPaul's own politics. There was one time where I was coming down the stairs at a venue called the Abbey Tavern. I was in full drag, but quite understated, like it was a shirt and trousers. One of the bar staff were coming up the other way, and as he came passing on the stairs, he said something like, "Thanks, bro," or something. And I was like, yes! Yes! I came into drag kinging kind of thinking this will be a really great chance to let off some steam about toxic masculinity and about all the bullshit that women and non-binary people are constantly subjected to. That has been the case, so it's been really great. But also I think it's given me a level of sympathy that I don't think I had before, or not as much. I think really learning what it means to have those expectations on you as a man, and learning about the realities of the effects on men as well, because I do consider it part of my social duty as a drag king to recognise the realities of being a man. You know, so you look at suicide figures, for instance, among young men, or social progression for young working class boys, you know, and it's awful. In a way that's been quite surprising. But it's been really enlightening, and I'm grateful for that as well.